All right, guys. So today we're talking to the customer support team, or at least a couple people from customer support, John and Ryan, which we've already spoken to in other videos. But in case you haven't seen those videos, I don't know how they're coming out, what order, whatever. But in case you don't know these gentlemen, can you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves? John, what do you do?
Absolutely. Thanks, Ron. Glad to be here today. And yeah, I'm the customer support manager for AtGames. So I run the day-to-day operations for the customer service team. We handle tickets that come in on a daily basis. We handle social media, things like that. So if you're engaging with someone at AtGames and you need support, you're obviously going to speak to someone on our team, and you're going to do so through one of those methods generally.
Ryan, what do you do?
Sure. Glad to be back here, Ron. My name is Ryan Hogan. I am the CS team lead here at AtGames, and basically all of the above, answering tickets. You'll find me on our social media platforms answering questions, and yeah, that's pretty much what I do.
Cool. Would you be the guy to talk to get me unblocked on Twitter? No, I'm just joking. who's in charge of Twitter?
I'm gonna handle that. I'll handle that. Don't
I'll
worry.
refer that to
Who's gonna unblock me on Twitter? Dang it! All right. All jokes aside, since we're talking about customer support, in my experiences, talking about customer support when it comes to reviews or videos I do, if it's a product that's been provided to me for purpose of review, I don't typically ever go into talking about my dealings with customer service because, in all honesty, I think it's unfair. I have this perception that any company I deal with, they're going to want to make sure, I'm dealt with fine. But I would also expect, which is the only time I talk about this stuff, is when I've purchased a product and I've dealt with a company without them knowing who I am. But I would expect, paying customers to receive, the same level of support and the best possible support. So I'm really curious, how is it dealing with customers? Are they getting a high level of customer support? Has that grown over the years? So I definitely would assume during certain times of the year it gets busy, with the holidays and especially with new product launches. So what does it look like dealing, with customer service issues, especially during the busy times, at least what I'm perceiving as the busy times?
All right. So I think we both would probably have answers for you and answer it a little bit differently. But first and foremost, like you said, you wouldn't go into it assuming that you receive the same level of customer service that, the general average consumer does. And that's a good point. Obviously, there's a partnership here, and we, interact with each other more often than we might with the general everyday owner of our products. But in terms of the level of support that we try and give, they look the same. If there's an issue that you have that a customer likewise has, then we handle those issues in the same manner. And we try and resolve them as quickly as possible. So, whether it's during the holiday season or it's, Q1 through 3, the beginning half of the year, we strive to, in a timely manner, get to as many of the support issues, whether it be a ticket that's created in our CRM platform, or if it's a social media comment or a message that we receive. We try and stay on top of that. We try and respond in a timely manner. We try and figure out what the issue is with the problem, and then we try and work with the customer to resolve that problem. So we try and give that level of support to all of our customers. It doesn't matter who they are, what walk of life they come from, how long they've been an owner. We don't ask those questions. When they come to us for support, we want to give them that same level of support across the board.
Absolutely. I echo what John just said. The goal is to just try to provide the best possible overall experience. And it's not just to, answer a ticket as quickly as possible, although it is part of it, but it encompasses a lot of other things too, like, resolving the issue as quickly as possible, because we want you to be able to enjoy, get back to gaming and enjoy the AtGames device that you purchased and have fun. That was the whole reason why you bought your device from us in the first place. So we just want to help you get on your way to doing that.
I think you did touch on it a little bit, John, with not asking hey, how long have you had that? But is there realistically a length of time as far as support? Like if I bought a new product today and I call you 9 months from now? Are you going to say, hey, no, sorry? Or is that something, like you said? I mean, you kind of answered that, but is there a length of time that you plan on supporting a device after it's been purchased, or is that just
Well,
open?
yeah, generally speaking, we support the device through the length of its life. I mean, in terms of firmware and software,
Yeah.
and if you have questions, we're there to answer them for you. So it doesn't matter if you purchased 1 month ago or 1 year ago. We're here to support you. So anything where we could help you in terms of a question that you might have, technical or hardware related, aesthetics of the machine, come to us. We're here to support and engage with you. However, the product warranty period is the product warranty, so
Yeah.
hardware is covered for so long, but the support is ongoing. That's forever. We're here to support you if you need us.
That's cool.
Absolutely.
Like I know
Well,
I've said it a few times with that firmware stuff. I think it's kind of crazy, but you guys are
Yeah.
continually, doing updates. So that's good to hear.
yeah, we'll always make ourselves available to help answer questions in any way we can for the lifetime of the product.
Launching so many products, and there are variances between them, different levels of, functionality and things like that. What's the biggest challenge, launching all these different products? Especially a lot of it seems to come not necessarily back to back, but within you know, a decent period of time where it seems like it was yesterday.
Sure. Yeah, it's going to present its own unique sets of challenges. We do the best we can to try to reach out to the community and to help educate people on the new features and products that are coming out. I'm happy to say that we did just hire 2 new support agents that are turning out to be awesome. So I'm really happy about that. We might actually be hiring another 1 or 2 agents very soon here too to help answer support tickets. So it kind of all ties together a little bit in our response times and everything. So I think you're going to see some really big things from AtGames in the near future. It's going to be a great year.
I think probably the final thing I want to talk about is, customer service. I've had, you know, plenty experience throughout my life with many different companies, customer service. Sometimes you're satisfied with the way things were dealt with. Sometimes you're not satisfied. There's currently things I'm dealing with other companies that I've bought products from where I'm just like, I want to punch a hole through the wall type of thing. And sometimes it's you kind of have to, on that end, you have to take a step back, and you can't always be mad at the person you're talking to. It may not be on them, but as far as the company as a whole, with how things flow and dealing with the different challenges out there, there's for sure going to be shortcomings and failures. It's a given. The top companies out there have dealt with that. But as far as failures or shortcomings, do you guys recognize any of that? Have you guys had failures or shortcomings dealing with customer service especially over the past couple years, with these different products that have launched? And any examples that you would like to share that you've maybe learned from or grown from and become better at dealing with these issues?
Sure. Yeah. So that's a great question. Of course, there's success stories and there's failures with anything in life. We strive to do our best in the customer service department. We strive to help solve all issues, and we try and help solve them in a timely manner. But we strive to promote an open and connected arcade system. So one of the challenges that we do encounter is when people bring their own unique hardware over. We have compatibility issues sometimes. That's not always going to be perfect. But we help to support those customers when they bring over those third-party peripherals. Unfortunately, sometimes, there is an issue. Sometimes things arise, compatibility issues, it doesn't work. But what we do is we try our best to solve those compatibility issues, and we talk to the community to figure those things out. So, for instance, Bluetooth headsets and controllers, or guaranteeing that the performance of every device runs smoothly. Sometimes we can't always guarantee that, but what we do is we try and look at it, examine it, and see if we can get those controllers and headsets to work and pair with our devices. So, yeah, we have challenges, and we've had some failures, but we try and identify those failures and see how we can turn them into a success story. So yeah, we failed, and I bring up the controller compatibility because that's something recent that we're dealing with. We have the core; it's a wonderful device. But we have, issues with people not being able to pair their Bluetooth controller. There's hundreds and hundreds of controllers out there. Of course, we can't test every single one, but you could make sure that we're testing a lot of them. And
Yeah.
we're continuously implementing software updates to bring compatibility to those controllers that don't have it. So, yeah, did we release something out that didn't work with every single controller, A through Z? Sure. Did we recognize that was an issue for some of our owners? We did. And what we wanted to do was try and figure that out and solve it with the community. And that's what we've done. We just introduced button mapping with version 5.20 between all Arcade Legends devices. So now you can map your controller buttons, which the community asked for. And we're bringing that gamepad controller to market, so that we could get people a remote control. So we identified an area where we could do better, and now we're trying to do that.
Cool, for sure. I'm glad you brought up the core and the controllers, because that's one of the things I took a look at the core, and I have so many controllers, so I'm not going to sit there and test 100 different controllers for a review video. I'm going to test what I would use, and I started seeing a lot of comments when that device started getting out there, like, "Hey, I can't use this controller. I can't," and I realize it's unrealistic to expect everything to work. I understand that, and I get it, but then at the same time, yeah, the feedback is something that should be looked at. Certain controllers or certain companies, like, maybe there's more demand for something specific, and that's definitely
Totally.
something I hope to see keep moving on in the future, is that compatibility. And I know it's hard to focus on every single thing out there, but the controller thing was definitely something I started seeing a lot, and I'm like, man, I'm not customer service. What the hell do you
Yeah.
expect from me?
It's just one of the many different challenges that we see and experience, and that is one of the big ones: compatibility with third-party hardware. All of our systems, we build them to be open and connected, so that you could bring your own peripherals and different things along. But with that being said, we do give you the option, but it doesn't guarantee necessarily that every single device that you might own will be compatible.
Yeah.
But the great thing about our customer service team is that you'll always have someone to talk to and figure out if it is compatible or if it isn't, or if we're working on it in a later firmware update. So you're always connected and you're going to know. Unlike some of the other companies who might, sell products in the same category as us, where you don't have that engagement, you don't know necessarily what updates are coming in the future, or if there's a compatibility issue, will it be resolved? Will it even be looked at? Well, we guarantee you that we're looking at those things. They're in the community. We see what's posted, and we try and address those things.
Cool. Well, that's good to know for sure. Yeah, there's plenty of companies out there that I've bought products from, and it's like, holy crap, this doesn't work, and you don't know that anybody's even listening. You
Yeah.
send an email, you don't get a response ever. Post on social media and don't ever see a response, and so
Mm-hmm.
that's definitely good to know. The confidence and the community as far as customer service is a huge thing. How do you guys plan on to keep that going, to grow that confidence in the community, that if somebody purchases one of your products, that service level of commitment is going to remain the same as the way you're presenting it now?
So Ryan runs a team of top-notch customer service folks, and that team is growing. So as we go into 2021 and we navigate new waters together, new products, and things like that, we're expanding our team. The popularity and growth of the company has, skyrocketed tremendously. And so too have units sold, and so too have customer support requests. And so too, we need to strengthen our foundation and our team. And as Ryan mentioned, we're bringing on new personnel onto the team, and we're making sure that we have all of our ducks in a row. We're able to make sure that our team members are adequately trained and knowledgeable on all of our products and services, that we are running a tight ship and making sure that everyone remains knowledgeable on all those things at all times when new things are in the pipeline. But we have full coverage. We're open 7 days a week, 24/7, 365 days a year. So we work nonstop, tirelessly, really, to get at the tickets and all the support requests. So that's how we plan on attacking customer service in 2021. Grow the team, deliver even better customer service for even better products that are on the horizon. And Ryan could touch on a little bit about what the support staff does on a daily basis, but we're making sure that we grow as a customer support team to address the needs of the ownership community.
Constantly evolving, for sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think that pretty much covers everything. I mean, we could go on for days talking about the intricacies of customer service and support, but I do appreciate your guys' time. Everybody on the AtGames team putting their face out there to let the community see and hear from you guys, your own words, what you're dealing with, how things flow with the company. So it is very much appreciated. So I think that, like I said, pretty much covers it. Anything you want to add while we wrap this up, John?
Yeah, I think what I would really like to add is thank you for the community's time, for watching this video, for being interested in knowing what we do here at the customer service department at AtGames. We promise that we will continue to deliver a top-notch experience and improve on what we are doing now and today, so that we could give you an even better experience tomorrow. We're excited to see what 2021 has in store for us. We know that with the community interacting with us, we'll be able to get better and improve. So we're looking forward to it.
Cool. Ryan?
To all of you guys out there in the community, thank you so much. We love you. We're listening to you guys. And Ron, thanks again for having us back. And it was a pleasure speaking with you.
Appreciate it, man. I know, the most vocal people out there are the ones who have a negative experience. So I know you guys are dealing with a lot of challenges as far as customer service goes. But appreciate your time. Thanks for giving us some insight. And catch you guys later. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.